It's the Tony Rose Morning Show on Sam 100.7, and I'll tell you, this has been the hottest book around the office. Everybody's been passing it around. I've been reading about it for years. It's Eat This, Not That in Men's Health Magazine, and on the line with us, Matt Goulding, the food and nutrition editor of Men's Health Magazine. Matt, what's up, man? How you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for having me on.
I tell you, man, it is a great read. Like I said, I've been a fan of this section of Men's Health for a long time, the Eat This, Not That section. Kind of tell the folks exactly what the Eat This, Not That is. I've been trying to describe it, but describe it in your own words for everybody.
Sure. Yeah. Well, it started out in the magazine about 4 years ago as basic comparisons for the food that we really love. So whether it's, a grilled chicken sandwich or a slice of pizza, a smoothie, things of those nature that we love to consume day in, day out as Americans, it gives us sort of healthy swaps for what we would normally look at to be an indulgent food. So, in the case if you want to go out and find a cheeseburger, we're going to tell you, well, if you go to McDonald's instead of Burger King, and you get their iconic Big Mac versus a Whopper with cheese, you'll save 220 calories and nearly 20 grams of fat. Yeah. And so it's that kind of approach to eating. So we're not telling you to stop having all the foods that you really love. We're just telling you to start eating a little bit smarter and finding the healthiest alternatives of those foods. Yeah,
that's the thing about it. I mean, it's not a diet book. It's not like, you can't ever eat this again. I mean, I'm sitting there looking, it's got the Dairy Queens in there, and it's got Starbucks, and it's got all the places that you think would be no-no on any diet. But there's actually, if you dig around, you can find something healthy to eat there, right?
That's the basic premise. I mean, that you can eat anywhere you want in this country as long as you're armed with the proper information when you go into the place. I think we have a sort of vague sense as Americans that, what's good and what's bad, but there are a lot of surprising things you'll find out there, a lot of healthy foods that are supposed to be great for us that really aren't, a lot of salads that turn out to be bad, a lot of bagels that turn out to be totally bogus. And so that's what we're trying to do primarily is show you that those small decisions, what we think is a healthy decision or what we think is the right choice, is actually the wrong one here. And it could be the difference of 300, 400, 500 calories over a meal. So what is probably like the most overhyped, overrated health food out there that really is bad for you? I like the example of a bran muffin. Yeah. I mean, we as Americans are trained to think that bran is all automatically fantastic for us, but a bran muffin at Starbucks, for example, has 430 calories in it, of which all of it comes from refined flour and sugar. And so there's very little, redeeming nutritional quality there. On the flip side, though, at Starbucks and that other breakfast places, the better choice is an English muffin egg sandwich with ham and cheese. Right. It seems like, this is an indulgence. I should clearly I need to get the muffin in my coffee, and that's the best way to start my day. But in this case, you'll save about 150 calories by making the other choice. That's the thing I like about the book too is it's set up for dumb guys like me. It's all nice and full of color pictures and nice easy ways of breaking it down. It's not a hard read at all. And it's really I'm telling everybody, get this book and leave it like in the glove box of your car. So when you go out to eat, you can just reference it before you go in. That's exactly right. I mean, it's a strategy guide. I mean, the thing is small for a reason. Is that most diet books, and this is like you mentioned, it's not a diet book, but so many diet books out there are these big, thick volumes of these unreasonable sort of expectations and these scenarios that they paint for eaters that inevitably we fail at being able to uphold for any period of more than a few months, and that's the reason why so many diets are failed ventures. This isn't about that. This is about just some simple lifestyle changes, like learning what the best order to make at McDonald's, learning what to order when you sit down at Outback or Chili's or your neighborhood sushi spot. Whatever it might be, we have it covered here.
And even when you go shopping in here, the cool thing I like too, you got like a beer section, tells you about what beers are healthier for you versus other beers, and children's drinks. And I guess that's the biggest thing with like juices and children's drinks. They're just loaded with sugar, and I guess they're not as good as you think they may be, right?
That's exactly right. I mean, we're really trying to to spotlight a number of the juices out there that are said to be 100% juice, and they may be 100% juice, but they're 100% white grape juice, which is really high on the sugar content, and a little bit lower on the nutritional content is not as smart of a choice as, say, as orange juice or cran apple or things of that nature. And so, that's what we're trying to, when we're looking at the supermarket section, we're also trying to give people who don't eat out necessarily all the time really smart advice about what to fill their shopping carts with.
Now, when you guys were writing this book, did you catch a lot of slack from sponsors like like your restaurants and everything like that,
Sure.
Advertisers and stuff? What did they say when you came out?
We're still catching slack, but the truth is everything in here is factually correct, and so
right.
The way that we analyze one company versus another, or one product within one company's line of products versus another within that same line, it's accurate. So they might say, "Oh, we feel like we're being unfairly treated here," but so far there's been no legitimate argument against any of the things that we're actually saying here.
That's right. It's all numbers, I guess. At the end of the day.
You can't dispute the numbers.
Yeah. All right, biggest gut buster out there. What's the most unhealthy food anywhere that people are going to find?
The worst food in America is the Outback Aussie cheese fries.
But they're so good.
They're so good. I know it's unfortunate, but they have. And I hate to bring people's fantasies crashing back to reality, but they have 2,900 calories and 182 grams of fat.
Wow. And
this
that's
is
just
an appetizer. That is the caloric equivalent of sitting down before you even eat your meal, your real meal, and having 14 Krispy Kreme glazed donuts.
Man, there you go.
Yeah, big trouble there.
And we'll be hearing from Outback after this interview, probably.
No, I mean, the truth is that Outback, but that's the point of the book. The concept here is that Outback does have things that you can eat instead.
Yeah.
We're not telling people don't go to Outback. We're just saying don't order these cheese fries. Order the shrimp on the Barbie instead, and here's why.
There you go. Well, there you go. We love the book. Seriously, everybody at the office has just been passing it around. They absolutely love it. I'm telling them, go buy your own copy because everybody needs one of these in their car glove box when they go out and eat. It's called Eat This, Not That, from the editor-in-chief and the folks over at Men's Health Magazine. Great magazine, too, by the way. Been reading it for years. Is the book out? Can people go get it?
It is. You can go to Barnes & Noble or log on to Amazon.com.
It'll be $20 well spent, folks. We got a link on our website, actually, to the Amazon page as well at BowlingGreenSam.com. Thank you so much, Matt, for coming on. Continue best of luck. We love the book, and hopefully a follow-up somewhere down the road to it as well, man. I know there's a lot of restaurants still you guys hadn't picked on yet. So
there's a lot more. There's a lot more to analyze, so let's look for it.
There you go, Matt. Thanks so much for coming on today, all right?
My pleasure.
There you go, man. Check it out. It's called Eat This, Not That. Great read, man. Check it out. It's the Tony Rose Morning Show on Sam 100.7.